And we're live. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Unicorn Adventures, where our fun and creative professionals take a break from business and play my role-playing game. Today, we have Selena, and before we dive on into the episode, can you tell the people a little bit about what you do, who you are, so they know who's playing?
Absolutely. So Selena Teal, it's pronounced like the color, because in German it sounds angry because it's German. I am one of the owners of Office Mercenary. Again, it sounds angry, but it's really not. We are a team of US-based virtual assistants and online business managers, helping small business owners get back to the stuff that they like to do and have fun and get out of the weeds.
Beautiful. Fantastic. Can you tell us a little bit about the character that you're playing today?
Yes. So my character is a mercenary veteran because it was too tempting to not have it be a mercenary veteran. However, she ended up joining the mercenaries as essentially administration. She was really good at organizing supply chains and making sure the accounts balanced and that people were in the right place at the right time. So, and now she has ventured off into the world to help with those services for other people in our world.
Yeah. To give a little preview, this is a little mock-up of generally. Sometimes she will usually have her hair up, the way that Selena has her hair up in the buns, but that is generally that it is a halfling, so it is not a humanoid, shorter kind of feature. They have some wonderful class traits. Such as luck, to where if they pull something really, really low, they have the chance to re-roll it. You'll be seeing that kind of playing into effect here, which is the first time we're getting to do that fun thing. The one thing we haven't gotten from you, Selena, is what is her name?
Oh, did I not?
Or their name? That's kind of up to you.
I was like, Marigold Manywood.
Gotta go with Marigold?
Yeah, Marigold. Mary, for short, is...
But you said Marigold Marywood?
Yeah.
I love it. Okay, that's gonna come into play as soon as you start introducing him. So we're gonna dive right on into our story. And so what has been happening for the longest time now is more being on the admin side of the mercenaries. Marigold, has been sending the mercenaries to different villages, and obviously requests come in as well from other villages, other towns, other cities of the need. And there came a time when a request came from some village out in the northern part of where she lives that required her specifically. It said that the requirement was not as much for help in battle, as mercenaries usually do, but in the side of also administration, that there was, for lack of a better word, administrative darkness of some sorts and a challenge that was not able to be solved. And there was some mystery around all of this. So you take your time, you go to this village, and we are going to start with you entering. It is now kind of the start of evening as you've been traveling, as you just about enter this village. You generally know that the person that you're going to be seeing for this, but your appointment with them is tomorrow morning. So at this point, you know that it is time maybe for you to find some lodging, potentially if you want to, sneak around, look around at different places. You are now coming onto this village. It looks like a relatively small village. There's still some people about. There's, lamps out, maybe a couple fires. It's not terribly late in the night, but it is right around supper and getting closer into getting ready for bed at nightfall. What would you like to do?
Oh, let's see here. So you said there's people wandering around. So I'm going to go up to kind of the closest stranger and heartily just, hi, friend. Where would a weary traveler, be best to stay the night?
Probably the inn.
Oh, kind sir, can you direct me in the direction of that?
Right over there. Kind of generally points to a kind of a more central clump of buildings. Not a whole lot of good direction, just like a general point.
Lot of grunting. Okay, got it. It's like, Thank you. Is there anything else that, is there a party or anything going on tonight?
He kind of raises an eyebrow. This feels like a very kind of quiet side of town. Like he's not sure. He's like, probably get a pint. Needs party.
Grumble, groan, stuff the story.
Seems that the aspect of a party seems foreign to him.
It's like, I'm part of a mercenary troop. Like, man, yeah, heck yeah. All right, thank you, kind sir. And I'm gonna kind of gently wander off. Okay, so I guess let's start at the clump of buildings and find the inn.
All right, so you proceed towards the clump of buildings. You're kind of walking around, and a lot of the buildings seem to, maybe some more of their shops. Initially, the first few may have been houses, actually residential homes. Now it just seems more like shops that have kind of closed down, and you're seeing that there's a little bit more sound, more people, more chatter towards something that looks like a tavern, an inn. You're not quite sure. All that you can see is kind of there's a sign of some sorts that is half broken off with a giant boot on it. That's all that you see at this point.
Okay, so you said people are kind of generally wandering around chatting.
Like they're seemingly that is the focus. They're going towards that place. It still has lights. It's a little more lively, it seems. No other real shops or anything seem to be open
and bustling.
Yeah.
So basically, I'm going to kind of follow the crowd towards the door, and as I get close to it, I'm going to veer off to the side and, pretend to kind of check my bags and just listen to as the people are talking, as they're kind of going in and getting a feel for what they're talking about.
All right, first pull. Great pull. You got a king. Fantastic. You're hearing kind of a general murmur, and in this case, I know you're kind of listening for the general, but you're also listening for exactly what you've possibly been summoned here for. And you're just kind of you overhear a woman sort of talking. Yeah, apparently, all of them, the entire family, except for the father, the whole family, completely slaughtered. How many more times is this going to have to happen? Why is anybody even going into that shop? And then kind of the person that she's talking to just gruffly kind of is going, yeah, it's a dark place, that one. But, well, can't you go over and you should do something about it. I'm not going anywhere near that place. Those are the majority of things that you're over here.
Okay, perfect. I'm just gonna double check that my bag, all my things are sealed, protect myself against pickpockets, because safety first and third,
Yeah, you didn't wander too far in necessarily. There hasn't been quite a chance for you to get pickpocketed yet. So
it's just to make sure everything's like tucked in and tucked on, and continue in and enter the full glory of the inn and saunter up, and innkeeper start,
so it's quite interesting when you go in. You notice that most of the people here, they're humans. There are some half elves, some even darker, but mostly humans. You don't see dwarves, you don't see halflings, no gnomes. Everybody is definitely much taller than you are, except for the kids, which is maybe why you didn't get pickpocketed, because they mistook you for a child.
On brand. So I'm going to come up to the what I'm guessing is the bar, which is probably going to be a little tall for me, and hello, innkeep. I would like a pint.
Hello, dear. Yes. What?
A pint cider, please, sir.
I think I should get you some milk. You're quite young, aren't you?
God, no, actually, middle-aged. I am a short person.
We're gonna make a persuasion check in this case to see if you can persuade the, the to think that you are actually an adult. And that is a 9. With a 9, I'll absolutely give it to you.
Okay.
In this case, yes. She kind of goes, "Oh my, like we don't get your kind here. Did you say an ale?
Cider if it's available, but if there's anything regional that you recommend, I'll have that.
Regional.
Like, are you known for some sort of specialty here? If so, great, I'll have that. Otherwise, just cider. Cider is wonderful.
Trout. We have trout.
Is that dinner or?
It's trout.
It's trout. I'm assuming there is not a beverage with trout.
No, dear. No, it's trout.
Okay, so it's cider and trout for dinner, please. That would be lovely. Thank you.
All right. That would be she kind of starts busting away and then turns around and goes, "Oh, 3 silver, dear."
Chinka chinka. Reaching up over the edge of the thing. Here you go.
All right. She takes that. She walks away. She comes back with she comes back with a nice big mug of cider that to you is almost nearly a gallon jug. Like, it is a very hefty thing. You do need both hands to be able to actually properly hold this. And a plate that has kind of this trout on it, head still on, staring at you, with some just kind of roughage and a little bit of maybe some root vegetables that are around it. Looks like a nice hearty meal after a long travel. This is kind of exactly what you might have needed. There are, by the way, stools near this area. You could get up higher. At this point, there's no way you could reach the food. It would be like you're eating into your forehead. So would you like to kind of come up and sit down?
Yeah, I'm gonna scramble up. Let's face it, it's gonna be a scramble up onto one of the stools and stitch me 8 and have a little drink.
You see, you see her, the barkeep, as she starts to lift a little booster seat, and then looking at you, just kind of puts it back down and just thinks better of it.
Appreciated, but not necessary. Thank you. Thank you.
She just goes off and starts serving other people. You're sitting here. You're looking around the bar. There are a couple of glances towards you, but most of the folks are just kind of minding their own business.
Minding their own business. Okay, I'm tucking in, going to town. Keeping an ear out. But I'm hungry. I'm gonna focus on that meal.
Okay. We don't usually do this, but I'm gonna pull a card for the meal.
Okay.
Just because I think this would be hilarious.
Roll for food poisoning.
You got an ace. It was actually going to be on how well. Are you going to get any fish bones stuck in your teeth? Or are you going to start choking on something? Are you going to be making a scene? Basically, is this going to be some sort of a difficulty where you accidentally hit your fist on the fork and it flies and hits somebody and spears an eyeball? No, you so perfectly blend into all of this that even if some people might have initially noticed that they were like, is that a kid? They eventually, nobody really cares, and you're very well blended in at this point into this whole town. Nobody's paying any attention to you.
Okay, yes, I am still a classy individual who did not make an idiot of myself. Victory. This is all I wanted out of the game. Okay, we're done. I have won. So okay, since they aren't noticing me, as I finish, my meal, can I slide? Can I take my pint of cider that is, the two-handed monstrosity, and just kind of take it and start wandering in between people without
Absolutely.
Dumping it all over myself? This is concerning real life.
With the ace on the eating, yes, you can absolutely take it and start walking around. What are you trying to do? Are you just trying to walk around, look at the people? What's the purpose?
Looking at the people, seeing if anyone is doing anything. Is anyone gambling? Is there if anyone, are there any kids hiding in the corner that no one else is paying attention to?
You're not necessarily seeing any kids in the corner. You're seeing kind of as you're walking around one of the corners. There's definitely a little bit of some kind of dice game or something going on amongst possibly some farmers or some men. They kind of have more raggedy clothes. They don't seem to have any food around them. They're just drinking their something from the tankards. You notice that near the kitchen there are a couple of kids, and they seem to be helping out. With the dishes, they have a slight resemblance to the barkeep, and but as you're walking around, everybody else seems to just be a little bit in conversation, maybe just enjoying a meal. With your experience of rambunctious mercenaries and all of this tends to be a bit of a quieter tavern. This seems to be that this village is very much well knit together. They know each other well. It's a well built community, and most likely. They know each other very well and the going-ons of other people.
Okay. So, let's see here. Who's let's go over to those farmers and with their dice game and kind of watch the dice game, and then as someone makes a particularly good or bad roll, just cheer with them. Yes, good or very bad job.
Okay. Are you trying to blend into all of it?
Blending in a little bit, and it's an opening where it's just like, oh yeah, so about it's like what store was that had all the death and mayhem and destruction? But hey.
Okay, so you're just like not even just a little bit of beating around the bush, but really just going right in. Where's the death?
Mercenary! I have I play it cool, but I have no tact.
So like they're rolling, and you're kind of, you don't know this game. You don't know what is a good roll, what is a bad roll. You're just kind of trying to get a cue off of them of what's gonna happen. You're kind of like, well, yeah, go team, play sports, kind of a vibe of
sports ball.
Sports ball, exactly. And very much just upon one of them, one of the men, he seems to be missing about a third of his teeth. As when he wins, he goes, "Ah!" And you scream, yeah, and then immediately to him, you start being like,
so
great,
hey,
yeah,
how you doing? What's up? Can I buy you a pint of something?
Are you a kid?
Shockingly, no. I know I have the stature of one.
You look like a kid.
I know, but actually a veteran of a mercenary company.
What's the what mercenary company?
The oh god, let's see here. The teetotalers. Teetotalers, yeah, they're a little further south of here, and a little west.
I might have heard of you. What was your name?
Mary Marigold specifically.
The name's Khan.
Khan, okay, excellent, Khan.
Do you want to play a game?
I'm afraid I don't know the rules. Can you?
It's easy.
Oh, okay. Can you tell me?
You roll the dice, and I take your money.
Well, that seems less like a game and more like just fleecing people.
That's okay. Oh, how about this? You give me your money, and I'll roll the dice.
Again, with the fleecing instead of the playing. You see my concern here.
At that point, you hear one of the others go, "Khan, stop it. Stop it." Mary, was it?
Mary, yes, thank you.
Mary, welcome. You're very obviously not from around here. Otherwise, you would have never started talking to him of all people.
Yeah, it's. If it wasn't my height, I feel like that would make it obvious. So,
the guy that's talking to you is he's definitely younger than Khan. He's a little bit kind of bigger. He's got a bushy beard. What brings you into town?
I got a summons saying that someone needed our mercenary troops' help, but requested me by name. So I'm here to help.
You feel the group of them almost go silent and rigid to a degree, as if like, oh, this is the thing they don't really want to talk about.
Did I just inadvertently step in some excrement? Just that reaction says the poo.
You need to go talk to Herman.
Herman, okay.
He's the one who summoned you. He's not here. I don't think you'll see him till morning.
I have an appointment with him tomorrow, but trying to get a grasp on what's going on. I like to be prepared. It's my jam. So trying to see what I can figure out ahead of time, make sure that I have the best options for him when we do meet.
It's death.
Can you be more specific on the death?
You're gonna die?
What type of death? Are we talking torn into pieces? Are we talking just a really easy beheading? Are we talking magical squishy bits?
Wow. You really aren't afraid of that. Khan, by the way, stop with the death part. We don't know what's going on over there. We don't really know.
Okay.
All that we find is people go into the store, they book appointments with Herman, and next thing you know, they're never heard from again. And Herman does good work, but sometimes we just don't know where these people go.
What does Herman normally sell?
He's more god of a service.
Okay.
We're not business folks around here. We like our community, but sometimes people want to start something new.
Okay.
Herman helps you start the new. Timmy wants to open a lemonade stand. Herman can help. Give you the right tools, coach you along. He's good like that.
Except for the occasional missing people with potential death and dismemberment.
Haven't heard of the death and dismemberment, but people do go missing.
Okay. Okay, thank you. That was actually very, very helpful. Since you were so kind and helpful and things like that, can I buy you a beverage?
He kind of grins and nods, and then gives Khan that look, and Khan just looks upset, like how dare you?
I would flag down the barkeep, but I'm not gonna make it over the crowd. If you would like to flag them down so I can give them money for your next beverage, that would be appreciated.
Joanna, one more round.
Excellent. Okay, so is the town in general? It's obviously it's small, it's quaint. This seems like your fun time. This game right here.
We like it.
Can you teach me? What? I mean, if the game is like Khan says, and it's just give me your money and I will roll, then, I'll accept that that's the game. But do you want to show me what the game is?
Sure. So he starts explaining the game to you, and the game works effectively like this. There seems to be 3 dice. 2 of them are dice that you're very, very used to. They are just 8-sided dice, 6-sided dice. The other one, strangely enough, is a very, very weird 2-sided die. It's not a coin. It is strange and almost oblong in its shape.
Okay.
And the way that the game effectively works is you have to roll the first oblong die. And when you roll that, it will determine whether or not the outcome that you need is going to be even or odd. You then roll one of the 2 other dice, after which you have a choice. You can either pick up that dice and then roll both of the 6-sided dice, or only roll the second remaining die. If the combined number on the 2 dice matches as in it's even, and the oblong was even, then you win. If it was odd and it does not match up, you lose. That is the game.
Okay. It's like, again, thank you so much. That is very helpful. I can see this being very popular with the boys back home. Is there a way to get my own set of these dice?
Just make one.
Was like,
you can see that they're very much whittled out of just like they're wooden basically. They're probably handmade. There's not.
I was like, any local carvers? I'm just thinking that 2-sided die is very unique shaped, and I know I wouldn't do it justice.
You see one of the, because this is about a group of 4 of them that are sitting there. There's one, a kind of younger, a little plumper individual, and he's been staring at you this whole time, possibly infatuated. And he just like almost silently just reaches out and hands you seemingly a carved little strange oblong die. Just the odd one that you sort of need. That's the one that it gives you. And then he kind of just shrinks away after he gives it to you.
Thank you.
You see him blush.
I was like, have Joanna put one for him on my tab. Just, it seems like he needs it. Okay, boys. Well, you have fun with the rest of this tonight. I think I'm going to find me where the local bed is. And
just at that moment, Joanna kind of bustles up to you and hands everything out. Oh, a bed, dear. We've got a few rooms upstairs.
Perfect. I will take one.
That will be 10 silver.
Okay.
Would you need a wake-up call?
Oh, I usually wake up with the sunrise anyway.
All right, dear. All right. You hand over the 10 silver. She hands you over a key to one of the rooms.
Okay.
You head off for the night. Still, have you finished your cider, or are you still nursing that giant thing of it?
I feel like I'm probably still nursing it, but it's like I'm going to take it up to the room. I'm going to drop some of my stuff, and let's see. It's a sleepy town. I don't feel like there's. Yeah, I'm just going to finish nursing it in my room while I organize my stuff for tomorrow. It's like start jotting down my mental notes because that's what I do, and prep.
Yeah. So you, as you're jotting this down, you're rereading some of the notes from your whole, and you're tired from your long days of travel. You're rereading and you're remembering, oh yes, that's right. That guy's name was Herman. He was the one that sent out the ask for it, and he basically said that he wasn't sure what happened. That maybe there were some lapses in his memory where people were saying that many of his clients went missing and he had no recollection of this, and that he was being blamed for these things, but he couldn't understand why. And that really he was just what he was doing in his work is to benefit others. He was just trying to do good. He couldn't understand what really was the problem with all of it, and that maybe something was going wrong with the way he was running things, but he truly couldn't understand. And he was just giving a plea specifically to you because he was so impressed with your rise through the admins of the mercenary group.
The admin actually gets known in the mercenary group. Okay, perfect. With that, I'm going to turn in so that I can be awake and as close to bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, because as I'm gonna get in the morning.
All right. You spend the night, not eventful. Nothing really happens. Actually, the kind of it's almost cozy. Hearing all the voices and kind of the sounds from downstairs. It feels nice, just like having a very, very big family. And it lulls you to sleep. It reminds you of a kind of a lesser version of how rowdy the mercenaries get a lot of the times. And so you go to sleep. You wake up. It is just a little past sunrise at this point.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
Oh, get up, clean up in whatever bathroom-like facilities that they have. It's a small town. And head down to the main room.
Okay. You head down. It's pretty quiet. It seems kind of like the whole thing is waking up. There's somebody in the corner. It's Khan in the corner, passed out on a table, just kind of like one hand semi still on a tankard, just asleep, and a table over, sitting on the table, just kind of kicking his legs, is one of the kids that you saw in the kitchen, just kind of looking around. Not really hearing anything else. It's very quiet. It's just kind of waking up. A little bit of sunlight is ever so slightly starting to stream through some of the windows and cracks, but it's just after dawn.
Okay. I'm gonna kind of look around. I see the kid, and I'm gonna walk right up to the kid. And hi, what are you doing up this early? Already helping out?
How tall are you? He jumps down and immediately tries to compare height to you.
I'm 3 foot. Hey, hair does not count. Hair does not count in terms of height.
You see him kind of trying to get his chin up to just see if he's and he is definitely shorter than you are. It's not even it's not that close. His forehead is coming up to maybe your chin or nose. He's shorter than you are for sure, but he's really trying.
I was like, hey there, but you're getting close. You're getting real close.
Yeah, but I'm never as tall. I want to be taller than my brother.
How tall is your brother? Is your brother taller than me?
He's taller than me. That's all I know.
How old are you?
That many. And he doesn't point it on his fingers. He points over to a doorway. And on the doorway, you see that there are some notches that are put in on two sides of the doorway. And he points to the left side of the doorway where, if you'd like, you can go inspect how many notches there are.
I would like to inspect how many notches there are.
Okay. We're going to pull a card just to see what it is. Yeah, okay, you got a queen. You very much see that there are 7 notches that are there.
So it looks like you're 7. Does that sound kind of right?
As you look, because you got a queen, you notice that the first notch, probably a little higher than what you would expect a 1-year-old to be. So probably didn't start at 1. Probably couldn't walk at that point quite yet.
Valid point. I had parents that just kind of held me against the wall and were like, it counts. But hi, Dad. I was like, so okay, not 7, maybe 8 or 9. Close enough.
Yeah,
I
but
could.
not that. And he points to the other side where you see that there are definitely higher notches. There are more notches, and they are higher as the last notch for sure.
Well, he's got an awful lot of years on you, so
I know.
But here's the thing: at a certain point, people stop growing. I've stopped growing. This is my max. I'm out.
Did I stop growing?
No.
No.
You have not stopped growing. However, your brother is closer to stopping growing than you are. So you're gonna catch up, and you might even pass him. Look out for those teenage year growth spurts.
I'm gonna give you. We're gonna make a perception check to see a persuasion. Sorry, a persuasion check to see if you're persuasive enough. 7. He kind of believes you, but it's kind of like just like okay, kind of like one of those where like I feel like adults just say that to say that. I don't know. I don't know if I believe
real grumble. Well, since you are clearly very up on what's going around, all and around town, do you know who Herman is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Herman's great.
You like Herman? Okay.
I like Herman.
He's nice.
Oh yeah. He always lets me play with some of the new inventions he has.
Oh, inventions. Oh, that's really exciting. Like, what type of inventions?
Fun ones. You can see that he has it. It's one of those things where it's kind of like beyond. Like he wants to seem smart, but he doesn't really know what it's called. So he just kind of. There's this one where you like turn a thing, and then this thing like goes up, down, and then left, and then it jumps, and when it jumps, then it spins, and it's so cool.
That sounds super cool, buddy. So can you tell me which shop is Herman's? Can you just point it out to me?
I can take you.
Oh, that would be so helpful. Thank you so much.
You see him like he starts like running out, and then he stops in the middle of the door and goes, I have to watch the bar. I can't leave.
Oh, okay. That's fair. Can't disappoint Mom, right?
Mom?
Or Joanna?
Oh. Not Mom.
Not Mom? It's okay.
No, Mom.
Well, there is Mom, and I'm sure she cares. But jobs are important, and that means you get to be extra adult. And that definitely means you're going to get taller.
Okay.
So, if we just lean out the door. Just lean out the door. And can you say that one? Or which one is Herman Chop?
So he leans out, and he's about to point somewhere, and all of a sudden both of you jump startled as behind you hear a tankard fall and clatter onto the ground. as Khan is seemingly waking up.
Ninja! I know I'm an admin, but I was trying to hit things also. Okay. It's fine.
Well, he's knocked over the tanker, but he's not waking up. He's still very much. You just hear further, louder snoring coming from that corner. The boy leans out and goes, "So if you just go down that street, you go past a few houses, and there's one with flowers. I like that one. It smells flowers. And then the one after the one after that. There's one there, and then you will go left. Right. You'll go left. And you'll see Herman's house has a big red door.
Big red door. Okay, perfect. Tell you what. How do you feel about Khan?
Oh, he's funny.
He's funny?
I like I like to steal his teeth.
I'll tell you what. Here's a copper. I want you to steal his teeth for me. Steal his teeth, hide them someplace really funny. Maybe you've got a cook fire back there, right? Throw a little soot on him. It'll be really funny.
Okay.
And I'm gonna head out the door and then double check my notes as to where Herman actually said to meet him, as opposed to just trying to find the red door.
So from your notes, Herman was giving you more of directions. In general, he just kind of said, ask around town. Everybody knows where Herman's shop is, in that sense. So you can kind of you can try to make your way further down. If as you keep walking, you do notice, there's a florist, and it's kind of it's that time you actually see that there's actually a couple, and they're both setting out some flowers onto the front. They give you a gentle little wave, not a very happy wave, in the sense of they're just waking up. It's one of those, we're very friendly, but it's still kind of early. Like a friendly, but not like, hello. It's none of that.
Hi, oh God, why are you awake?
Kind of, hi, yes.
Moving along.
So as you keep walking, then at that point there, you see that the street kind of goes into two different directions. It goes right and it goes left. It is your choice at this point which direction you're going to go.
Left, no right, no. Curses. Okay. It's still early, so I've got a little bit of swinging room with time, I think. So guess I should have asked if that child actually knows his left from his right. Things, after. I'm gonna head left just for a little bit.
All right. You head left. You're going down a little bit, and I'm guessing you're looking out for the red door.
Red door. Smelling the local flowers. I like them. They're great.
So you're walking, and you actually pretty quickly spot this house that has a red door. Interestingly enough, most of these houses, the door is kind of it's set in. It's not slightly elevated. This one, it's a few steps to get up to the door, and it seems like this house, it has a very strange construction with it. It doesn't look a lot like the other houses. It looks as if somebody forced multiple stories into the same story house as others. It looks as if there might be a basement or something lower that's elevated, kind of like they do in New York, where everything's slightly higher, and then there's like a basement that technically has the windows, right? It seems like there might be a story, and you see a series of windows that they don't really match up. They don't line up. They're not all in the same line. They're kind of scattered all over the place on the building, strangely enough. Not to where you would think that a first and a second story would be, which makes you think that there might be multiple stories. On the front of this red door, there is a door knocker, which is this metal bull that has a ring through its nose. Okay.
I think the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look around the house. I'm going to check if there's the standard bigger on the inside enchantment.
Do you want to check for magic? Detect magic?
Yeah, let's do a detect magic.
All right, let's do a detect magic. With a 6, it doesn't seem like it. Seems like a house. Yeah, don't see anything from here. You're picking up something magical. The bowl, something there. Dings a little bit, but not quite sure what it is. It doesn't seem to be any kind of a big enchantment, just something.
It's a little something. Okay.
A little something.
So I'm going to go up. Okay, how high up is this door knocker? I'm trying to is it here for me?
Yeah, it would be reaching up. You could, but you very much have to reach up and almost, in order to swing it back enough, you almost have to go on your tippy toes to swing it back, and then you could actually hit it.
Okay, I'm gonna reach up and grab a hold of it and, do the swing back and do the knock.
All right. Let's see how well you do. You got another 6.
With my hobbit powers.
You kind of reach back, and when you try to, you kind of lose your balance a little bit, and it doesn't actually make contact. So you kind of like just flail and still, like you're on a bus or something, you're just still holding onto the ring.
I got it.
So you weren't able to quite let go.
I'm fine. I got it. Okay. Let's maybe try this again.
You reach up, you grab the ring again, and all of a sudden you see the bull's mouth ever so slightly open, and you hear, "Hello? Who's there?"
Oh, hello. My name is Marigold, Marywood. Is this Herman's house?
Oh my, you are far too chipper for the morning. Yes. How can I help you?
Oh, well, I'm supposed to be meeting with him.
Oh, Marigold. Yes. Come in. Knock once more, please.
Okay, sorry, a little short, so.
So you take it, you swing it, and as soon as the ring makes contact with the rest of the bull, you are sucked up and into the door knocker. And immediately go, and you come out the other side into this house, or what you presume is this house. It seems it's still rather dark. It's not very well lit at this point. You've got some light a little bit coming through the windows. It wasn't a very long walk from the inn here, and you're just looking around and you're hearing some footsteps or something. The way that somebody, when they wake up, are slowly kind of like walking, skidding their feet on the floor and down some steps somewhere up above you. You hear that somebody is moving.
Okay. Good morning, Herman. I'm here for our appointment. No rush. I'll just entertain myself until you're ready. Just didn't want to surprise you with my tiny little self being down here waiting.
Please do not touch anything.
Heard. So,
he's making his way down. You've got probably 15, 20 seconds. Is there anything that you want to do? Anything you want to look at? Do you want to just generally look around?
Just gotta look around. If there's something right in front of me, I'll just lean over, like hands I am holding to myself, and just kind of.
Okay. You got a 3. It's a house. Looks like a house. Everything looks safe. There's maybe some random things here. It doesn't quite look to the level of like hoarder house and it's not necessarily near there. It just looks like there's obviously a lot of different things that are possibly valuable. Some areas are very well organized. Other areas maybe not as much. Yeah. That's about it. You can't tell what any of the things are or any of those things. And as you're looking around, go ahead.
It's like, not enough light. Okay.
At this point, you see as a figure comes down all the way fully down the stairs. It is an interesting figure. It is a darker skinned gentleman. He has wispy grayish to whitish hair, though it looked like in his younger days a very, very well-kept head of hair, an amazing head of hair, most likely. You see that he is much taller than you in this, now that he's a bit more kind of hunched over, but easily 6 foot or taller. And you notice as you look that the tips of his ears, ever so slightly, a little tiny point that comes to it. From your work, I will say, as a mercenary and with all of this, you know that this is a little more indicative of a half-elf.
Okay, perfect. Oh, do I know if he's a high half-elf or a woodling half-elf? No?
From this, you would not be able to
No.
tell.
Perfect. Okay. I was like, oh, good morning, Herman. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Yes. Do you mind if I go in and prepare myself for the morning? It is a bit early.
My apologies. Life in the barracks, you end up getting up early.
You kind of see him. He walks into what you assume is possibly the kitchen area. Would you like to follow, or do you stay there?
We'll follow.
All right. You're following him. He walks in, and you see him take out like this pitcher, a metal kind of pitcher of that he scoops up of water, and from a cabinet take out a red glowing bead. And you see him take it and drop it into the pitcher, and within a few seconds, steam starts to rise from the pitcher itself, and he starts to pour the water into a teapot. He then sprinkles and collects some kinds of herbs that you're not quite sure of, that he puts together, and then he takes that and he pours it into a small saucer, and he looks at it, and then turns around and looks at you and says, "This is always the worst part," and splashes the entire thing into his face. There's not quite a yell. There's a "oh," as the steaming liquid is dripping down his face. And as he takes a rag, it doesn't completely wipe, but just blots things away. It goes, "Now I'm awake." Where were we?
I like your morning ritual there. Fabulous.
You notice that as he did that, because you saw him right before, some of the wrinkles that you previously noticed seem to tighten as you're looking at him after he has done this. It seems that he starts looking a little bit younger after he has done this.
I'm not saying you have to, but have you thought of marketing that to middle-aged women, especially in the aristocrat class? I'm just saying.
Splashing hot water in your face. No.
It's like it seems like a nice little blend of herbs, and like it's good for the skin.
It only works with boiling water.
Let me think on that. I know that's not why you brought me here, but go in, like pull a thing, start scribbling some notes. It's like, I'm wondering if you could like steam like over it and then just kind of waft and just okay, that's some notes. Okay,
My
sorry about
dear
that.
girl, I have tried these things. This is the only way it works.
Okay. It's like, apologies. I know that's not why you brought me here.
Yes, I am
that'll
glad
be a
that you
dream
said
that I
this.
have later.
I brought you here for a very specific purpose. I cannot remember what I have done many nights. The day goes well, I see my clients. And then I truly get to work. And once I get truly into my work, I lose my memory. And afterwards, I have people coming knocking on my door saying, I have killed their loved ones. That people are missing after seeing me. I need you to solve this for me.
This is very concerning because this is a tight-knit community. Obviously, you're a part of it. It seems like everyone that I've talked to, they know that you want to help. So,
okay, I understand. You want payments. How much?
Let's talk about that later. Right now, what I want to know is I want to make sure I have the whole picture. When these people are coming, how long are they staying with you? Are you starting your work before they have left?
No. They come, they tell me their troubles, whatever I need to help them in their business, and after I have the details, I start my own work. I do not know if they leave because I usually get to work immediately.
Okay. The last person who came to you that had a problem, and then the townsfolk came back and said they've gone missing, they're dead. What problem did they bring to you?
They wanted to open up a bakery.
Bakery. Okay. Without doing it, what did you start to do?
I just started doing my work. I can show you. It is in my shop.
Okay, let's see the shop. Let's see the shop.
You two start walking upstairs, and as you're walking upstairs and you look up, you realize there must be some sort of enchantment because the number of staircases and how high the ceiling goes further up does not match up to the height of the house as you saw from the outside. There's some going on here, and you're not quite sure what it is.
Is this defunct wizard's tower? Where are you getting this height from?
Oh, I do this all myself. I do everything myself. Ugh, people can never be trusted. I don't know. Nobody can do things as well as I can at this point. It's why they come to me. It's why I do it all myself, I tell you. And you're walking up the stairs. You kind of go into a corridor. Strange corridor. Shouldn't be this long. Not sure how it fits into this house, given how small it was out on the street. Nevertheless, walking down the corridor. And you go into seemingly this workshop. And it is teeming. It is the equivalent of when you go into somebody's office and they have a multitude of monitors and wires and various other appliances and all these things. It is the kind of workshop where it seems that the person is saying, I can't throw that out. I might need that. And it's not untrue. It probably was used, but it's maybe used once a year or once every couple of months. They do use it, but there might be a better way of some sorts. That is kind of, you're seeing all of this, all these different apparatuses, all sorts of various things.
Okay. So I go in, I kind of look around, and there's the... Okay. Well, first of all, do you actually know where everything is here in this space? Just...
Of course I do. I know exactly what everything is. I can do this all myself. I tell you, it's other people. They tell you that they can do it all for you, that if you pay them, it's going to be like, no, they don't. You're noticing that he's starting to ramble. It's starting to go. And it's very interesting to you because the jerkiness of his face, we're going to pull a card to see if you notice. Man, you're very lucky to get an ace at this point. He jerks his face, and you almost notice as he jerks his face, almost as if another face appears in the midst of it, kind of like it gets dragged like multiple frames, just for a split second, as if there was another face in that as he begins to ramble and telling you about that he needs to do this, that he's busy here, and he starts even going over and starting to tinker and work with something because I do not have time. I need you to keep doing this. You do not understand how many things I have to do. You're here wasting my time. I have so much I need to accomplish.
I understand, but when do you take care of yourself?
I always take care of myself. You saw? When's the last time that you splashed hot boiling water in your face?
Well, that's not my wake-up ritual. I'm talking about when did you have like a day off? Did you take some time to work on your own stuff? Like,
this is my own stuff. I do not need to do this. I sustain my entire business myself. I do not need help from others. Yeah, I grow most of my food here personally too.
But you're helping others and doing all of your own business and essentially doing parts of their business and growing your own food and saying that seems like a lot, especially, okay, so like, do you want to be a farmer?
No, but I can do it.
Okay, but wouldn't that time be better used with anything else in this room?
But why? I don't. They're never gonna do it the way I do it. It's better. This is better if I do it this way. You see him now starting to once again, strangely, almost like getting hypnotically back drawn to his work as he starts to tinker away. He's working on some kind of a strange box at this very moment that he seems to be screwing certain things in, and you're seeing things light up on the box. Which, with your knowledge of some of this stuff, means there might be some arcane aspects to this.
It's a couple. Okay, it's. I know this seems pointless, and the whole point is I want to get back to the stuff that you want to be doing as quickly as humanly possible. Can you tell me a little bit about this box and the enchantments and arcane stuff that you're doing with it and the structure? What is it gonna do?
This is not why I got you here. This is not. You're now seeing again. You notice that the face shift a little bit on him as well. Again, I do not have die. All of the sudden, you notice him turn towards you, and you notice that it's not him. That face that you were noticing there peels off, and a second head appears on him, staring at you. It looks very much not like the Herman that you have seen, but almost like a variation. Not quite a demonic variation, but definitely something different. It is much darker. It is almost utterly black, pitch black face with flecks like freckles of very light lavender purple kind of a things coming off of it, almost like spectral demonic kind of a vibe from it. You also notice that as he's doing this now, the form of the Herman that you see, he is just tinkering continuously with this box, and this face is staring at you, and an arm, a third arm, peels out of his body, now also having this strange coloration of this demonic aspect of it, and it is going to try to make a swipe at you. We're going to see if you can get out of the way.
Duck! It's like okay, if you dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
There you go. I'm going to say in this case, if you get anything below an 8, it's going to grab you. Otherwise, you can jump away pretty easily.
Okay.
That's incredibly. You got an 8. You got specifically an 8. So just barely, because you're like, wait, because that escalated very quickly.
That escalated quickly.
Exactly. That escalated incredibly quickly, and you jump back as you're feeling this lash away, and you just see this get her. As Herman is still working on this box, you see a third head pull away and then pull right back in, and nothing is happening right now. It seems that Herman is still involved in this. The demon head is staring at you.
It's one of those things. It's like I'm just like, so Dark Herman. Why? Just why?
It's not. It's just like hatefully looking at you and trying to reach something. And it reaches out and it grabs just a handful of like screws and nails and throws them at you as best as it can. I'm gonna pull for it to see how well it's able to actually throw this stuff at you and cause any damage. As I throw a card at my face, oh, it's a queen. So as you're saying this, it throws this all at you, and like you get scratches. You're like, oh. It doesn't do any real damage, but definitely like it scratches you up. Yeah.
Ow! Okay. So we have a third head. We've got big boy here. Okay. Let's see here. I'm going to attempt to summon. Ooh, what am I going to attempt to summon? I am going to try to summon. It's like I'm going to try to summon 3 pixies.
Okay, you're gonna try to summon 3 pixies. Let's roll for. Yeah, I mean, Queen, you're very successful. You summon your 3 pixies. What are your pixies? How big are your pixies? What do they look like?
So they're pixies. They're generally pretty small, little wispy. Little clothes. Little pink, a little green, a little blue. Think kind of like Flora, Fauna, and Merryweather. As long as Disney's not going to sue me. And so pixies they fly, so they kind of hover, and they're kind of hanging up there. And now, hi girls, I got a tough one for us. You guys generally dispel magic. Can you sense anything special from Two-Face over there?
Okay, so at this point, what you have done, you've summoned the pixies, and for this, because obviously he's also upset with you at this moment. So you're just trying to assess what they can really, what they can tell about it, mm-hmm. right? So we'll draw to see what they're able to tell. You got a jack. In that they can, from these pixies, they're not really able to speak to you. So they mime out to you that basically one of them kind of like walking in the air because they're floating, like walking, and all of a sudden the other 2 go right behind it, and then they all kind of like just the torsos split up and go like hello. Basically for you to understand that within this body, there's an attempt to have 3 personas, or 3 basically the weight and the workload of 3 different entities is being put onto this one body.
Okay. I think the first thing we need to do is we need to break him out of this trance, because this is problematic. Let's see here.
At this point, I will say that now the demon is going to do its own thing, and you see as a second arm, so now a 4th arm comes out from the other side. At this point, actually, you see Herman push himself away from the table and now face you. And what you see in Herman's eyes and his head is that his eyes have gone completely pitch black. You now have a Herman in front of you that has 2 heads and 4 arms, still just 2 legs, normal Herman legs, staring at you. And in one of his hands, he's holding the hammer that he was kind of working with for the box on as part of it. He's going to lunge at you to try to strike you with one of those, with the hammer.
Okay.
With a 5, he misses. He's kind of thrown off balance. He's not sure, and so yeah, he completely misses.
Okay.
What would you like to do next?
So I don't think his thing is not magical himself. That could be interesting. So I'm going to ask my pixies to cast Polymorph on him.
Okay.
And, yeah.
Well, let's do this. We're going to see if it's successful. Polymorph is a heck of a spell.
I was like, that's a heck of a spell. That's a big ask. That's a big ask.
I'm going to say Jack or higher, you succeed.
Okay.
It's a 3.
That is a hard no.
Nothing happened.
That's like they go. They get
Yeah.
like some sparkles. Okay. So at that point, I'm going to take a couple steps back. Just kind of give myself a little extra room away from Herman. Pixie number 2 is like, go invisible, tiny creature.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell her to go pick up the box that he was working on.
Okay. We're gonna see if she can lift it. That's a heavy box. It's pretty big.
That's a big
how
box.
small
Okay.
Pixies are. Like, if the 3 of them were gonna lift it, I would make it like one of them to lift it. This is gonna have to be a really, really hard check. You're sure you just want to make?
Ooh, no. In that case, let's see here. Yeah, can I go ahead and have all 3 of them go invisible and try to like?
Yeah, because I would say that like polymorph, you could have tried to cast polymorph as well. So we
Okay.
can say that was yours, and then
That was-
the Pixies can go do something as well. So they're gonna try to pick up the box. That is a critical
that is a
failure.
very hard no.
So when they try to go reach for the box, you see one of the purple hands of the demon hands just swat them away from the box entirely.
Okay.
At this point, you've done your 2 things. You see, again, as you look at the creature, now we'll call it a creature because it's a mixture of Herman and this other thing, take a step forward. And as he takes the step forward, you see one of his legs, the one that took the step, is left behind. And you're going, huh? And all of a sudden you realize he now has 3 legs. The leg that is left behind looks gray. It looks almost necrotic, as if it is just, as if he has 1 foot in the grave.
Okay. Let's see here. Well, that is both incredibly creepy and Jesus, what the do with that? This is where having other people and be like, what are you doing? Okay, so let's see here. I would like to do. Let's see here. I think my poor wee little pixies are they're probably a little concerned at this point. Let's see here. I'm gonna have one of the pixies cast Dispel Magic at the box. I'm gonna have them break the box. If I can't have them physically break the box, they're arcanely gonna break the box.
Okay, so what you're trying to do is you're trying to get them to destroy the box.
Yes,
Right.
I'm trying to get them to destroy the box.
Okay. I love these parts. Joker,
Oh.
which means DM's chaotic choice. It could be good, it could be bad. We'll see. You tell the pixies to, because you're really kind of telling all of them to do this thing because they have to work together to destroy the box. You see one of the pixies kind of conjure up a little firebolt thing that it tries to shoot at it that kind of bounces right off of the box. The other 2 fly in and immediately just try to throw the box to the ground. As they try to throw the box to the ground, the creature again reaches out to grab them. And as he grabs them, he grabs one of the pixies, and immediately upon touching this weird demonic spiritual kind of spectral arm, the pixie starts to emit this light as if it's about to burst. And as it's holding the box, the pixie, for lack of a better word, explodes. It explodes in this very, very light green light, like barely so that you can barely tell that there's a tint of green in the entirety of this light. And as it explodes, you kind of have to cover your eyes. You duck away. You see the box suspended in midair, as if it's been completely taken apart in all these pieces, and all these pieces, gears, different light, the different aspects of it are completely suspended. And in the center of it, there is just rotating very, very quickly some kind of a core, a gem, an energy. You cannot tell what it is. It is something that is emitting some kind of a light, and it is all suspended almost in time. It seems that part is spinning, but everything else around it completely still in all of that. And as soon as this happens, you see on Herman a third head come out. This head looks exactly like Herman if he were to age hundreds of years, because remember, elf, half elf at least. It looks a lot like the leg. It looks
a little
like
gray, a little crunchy.
Yeah, it doesn't look good, and you see that it has almost these hollowed out eyes, and the expression as it turns towards that shining orb of whatever it might be, longing. That is the only word you can use to say that. And as it does, the other two heads also turn and stare at that. It is now your choice what you want to do, because it's kind of in the middle of awe as you're looking at this creature with 3 heads, 4 arms, and 3 legs.
Staring longingly at the gem in the middle of
the light source. You don't know what it is. Yeah, it's something in the middle.
It's like, do I try to talk to the creature, or do I send a pixie in to try to steal the thing? I was like,
you are, by the way, now down to 2 pixies.
I am down to 2 pixies, which is very concerning. So let's see here. It's the pixies. So they have the ability to go invisible. Can I do invisible and fly at the same time?
Yeah, I'll allow it. You want the 2 of them to go invisible and then fly in?
Yeah.
I will say that if you want, you can make one of them cast invisibility on the other, and that one can fly in. This is not the box. Like, this is just, if you're just going for this light source, it's much smaller than the box, so 1 pixie could probably pick it up.
Okay. Then yes. But one of them will cast invisibility on the other. The other one does a invisible dive to grab the thing.
And do what with it? Just grab it? Do you want it to bring it to you? Do you want to just fly away with it? What do you want it to do?
Grab it, fly away, head to the main floor. Past me.
Okay. Ace. Pixie turns invisible. You don't see it fly in because it's invisible. It's invisible even to you. And all of a sudden the gem is gone. You don't see the gem floating away, which you know that's not how invisibility works. You just see that all of a sudden the gem is gone and the entire contraption of everything just crashes to the ground. You hear a triple wail from the creature in front of you. There's like the like all 3 heads are tremendous loss, as if something that they've been trying to get at after for so long. You see the kind of hatred in them that really makes you know you better run.
Okay. I'm gonna take that advice and start. It's like me and that final pixie. We're gonna hightail it downstairs and
okay,
book it.
You're gonna run. So what we're gonna do here is, because the creature is chasing you, I'm gonna draw 2 cards. The first card is for you. The second card is for the creature. At this point, I'm not gonna call him Herman. It's yes. Basically, whoever's higher. If you're higher, you get to run away. If he's higher, then he catches up to you and grabs you. So the first one is you, which is an 8. The second one is the creature, which is a 10. So as you start running down that corridor that seems to be a little too long for this house, and as you're running, the creature, obviously knowing the layout of the workshop, was able to get around it much faster than you were and catch up to you. And you feel one of Herman's arms, the half elfin arm, grab on to your cloak from behind as you're running.
Okay.
You're about to get yanked all the way back. What would you like to do?
I would like to ditch the cloak, Bob.
Okay, would you like to just like unclasp?
Yep, quick release. Keep booking.
All right, let's see how well you unclasp. Yeah, a 9 would absolutely do it. You unclasp, and what happens here is you unclasp, and because the creature has 4 arms, it basically grabs the remainder of the cloak with its other arm and is able to throw it away and keep on going after you. At this point, we're going to do another check of a card for you and a card for the creature as you're going down the rest of this to get to the main corridor. So the card for you is you got a 7, and the creature got another 10. So as you're running out, you're almost to the staircase, and now you get grabbed on one right around the wrist. You get grabbed by one of the demon arms. As you're grabbed by one of the demon arms, you feel it's not even a coldness. It is kind of a combination of empty rage. It seems like it is both cold and completely overtaken with just rage, overwhelm, and uncontrolled fury. Is kind of just the emotions that you're feeling through all of this. What I'm gonna do now is we're gonna see if you are able to maintain your, for lack of a better word, sanity, or if you ever so slightly lose it. Not like you have a full-on breakdown and that's it. Great, end of the episode. But like, how do things necessarily go for you? And at this point, I'll say that 7 or lower, things don't look good.
Little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
7, which hits into 7 or lower. At this point, you feel that feeling of overwhelm, the feeling of there's never enough time, that you need to get everything done, that everybody relies on you, and you can never have the help. It floods into the rest of your body, and you almost seemingly kind of just start to collapse onto the floor. At this point, there is a small glint of something, and you see the creature. You can't really tell what it is, but the creature lets out again that kind of longful cry as it starts rushing down the stairs away from you.
Okay.
You're right now still kind of in that midst of like, but
but the thing and the thing and the other thing, and it's like the thing and the thing and the other thing. Let's see here. I am. Let's see here. Is the creature gonna like start kind of moving past me, or is he still kind of like?
No. Creature moved past you and is going down the stairs, going to the main kind of main room, main hallway, main area.
Basically following where the pixie went.
Where you think the pixie went. Where you told the pixie to go.
Where you told the pixie
is the more accurate, yeah.
Whether they actually went there or not.
You do not know, because as soon as the pixie went invisible, afterwards that little piece just vanished, and then
questionable. Right, got it. Let's see here. So I still have one pixie hanging around. I think so. I'm gonna start. I'm gonna try to follow him. I know it's probably gonna be more of at a crawl as opposed to anything fast.
Sure.
But yeah, it's like the following, and be kind of like, why do you hate yourself this much?
I will say your movement is not necessarily going to be very impacted. What's going to be impacted is any kind of action steps that you really want to take. Right. We're going to do those at a disadvantage.
Right. So, as for now, I'm going to, continue to. Oh, that was a thing. I'm going to try to grab the creature's leg as he's walking by me.
Okay, which of the legs are you trying to? He's got the two half elf legs and then the one undead leg.
we're gonna shoot for one of the half-elf legs.
One of the half-elf legs. Okay. Is your point? Are you just trying to stop him from moving? Are you trying to grapple him? What's the purpose of you trying to grapple?
Kind of a
him?
grapple trip.
Okay.
Just.
You reach out. He's got a
Nope.
4, and just,
I used all of my good cards early on. Damn it. Okay. So yeah, then just kind of scamper after, keep.
Yeah. All right. As you scamper after, you come down, and as you're looking out, you see the pixie holding the whatever it is, obviously something to behold, the glowing object, and you notice that the entirety of the house does not look the way that it looked before. Things are a whole lot cleaner. Things are more organized. There's far less stuff everywhere. So even though it was relatively organized before, now it is almost pristinely clean. Is very strange to you as you see this.
Okay.
And you're seeing as the creature is now trying to reach up for the pixie. I'm not going to pull a card yet because he's just gotten down there. Is there anything you want to do in a reaction to this, or?
I'm going to tell the pixie to drop it. Drop the thing.
Just okay.
Release and yeah.
Okay. So what's going to happen here is the pixie drops it. As a reaction, the creature is going to jump out to try to catch it with one of its arms. I am going to give it advantage because it has 4 arms to try to catch it with. For those who do not know what advantage is, it means I'm going to pull 2 cards, and we're going to take the higher of the 2. Oh my goodness. The 2 cards are a 5 and a 7. And a 7 is not enough for it, unfortunately, to catch it. So as it reaches out, it's one of those, like, it falls between the fingers of one hand, and then the 2 middle hands try to get it, and they kind of knock into each other, so they knock it away, and then they fall on top of the 4th hand. And so this falls to the floor and doesn't shatter, just falls and clinks. You see there's a surprise on the creature's face. It did not, it expected something worse to happen, but seemingly just clinked and sort of fell away. The creature is now on the floor because it did kind of a dive trying to catch it. It is now prone. What would you like to do at this point? By the way, your pixie is like miming for you, like pointing at the stone, like you thingy.
Get the thing. Get the thing with the thing and the stuff. It's like also here's the actual pixie. He's like, hey, this thing right here. Cats, they're like pixies, totally. Okay, I'm. He's prone on the floor. I'm just gonna run over and grab it.
Okay. Honestly, in this case, he's gonna try to grab your leg the way he grabbed his, because he's prone. I'm gonna give him disadvantage even though he has those arms, because he's just kind of on top of them. He's gonna try to grab you to stop you from it. We'll see what happens. In the case of disadvantage, I pull 2 cards for those that don't know, and we pick the lower of the 2. Oh my goodness, that's roller coaster. So the first one is a king, but the second one is a 2. So we go with the lower one because it's disadvantage. So a 2 completely just fails. Like tries to move and just realizes he's kind of pinned his own arms at this point. You run over and you grab the stone. You now realize that it is some sort of a possible stone, crystalline structure, gem, something with this in it. You grab it, you pick it up, and you look over, and you don't see the creature. In this moment, you look around, you see the pixies. They're frozen in midair. No, wings are not flapping. They're just frozen in midair. Everything seems to be just stuck in nothingness. In front of you, what you see are 3 figures. You see a humanoid-looking, dark, demonic figure with that light purple kind of all around it. You see what you had first seen as Herman laying there, and all in these similarly kind of prone positions. And then you see what only you could possibly describe as the corpse of Herman. Nothing, they're not moving. Nothing is happening.
Okay. So, seems a little like I'm frozen in time with this stuff. I am going to reach down and I am going to grab the original Herman figure.
And what are you trying to do in this case? Like grab to touch it, or are you trying to like pull it away, or what are you trying to do?
Pull it away, bring it into the timeless area of effect, I guess.
Okay. Let's see how successful you are with that.
That's either really good or really bad, and I don't know which.
Can't write this. Can't predict this. You got the unicorn card. And the unicorn card effectively means that whatever you try is successful, and you get to basically make a wish for it. Like, what is the outcome? Whatever you want at this point basically happens to a degree within reason. What would you like to happen?
So I've got Herman in the Spear of Timelessness thing. It's like, that is what you are becoming. But you don't need this to fix it. Can you accept that?
But how can I feel like I need so much more time.
Trying to give yourself more time gets you that. That is what has happened to the townsfolk. So, more time is that. You dead. You evil. Then you are not a nice person. You are not helping people. You are not helping yourself. Do you want to know how to actually fix this as opposed to being in a time void?
How?
Trust some damn people! Smack him upside the head.
Do you smack him with the hand that you have the crystal in, or no?
No, the other hand.
I will say that as you smack him, there is almost a shockwave that reverberates as you say all of that, and it reverberates, and you feel this invisible shockwave wash away, almost like wind to ash, the two figures that you saw before you. You are now standing in, like I said, a much cleaner version of it all. Herman is standing next to you. You look up to your hand where the crystal glowing source was. It is gone. You are no longer holding it. And as you stand there, Herman is still kind of looking at you. He looks ever so slightly like a lost puppy, to where he is just so afraid of possible vulnerability, possibly getting hurt, and unsure of what his true next step is. And he looks to you and just says, I feel so disconnected from my community.
Well, then the first thing we do is leave the house.
You see him looking at the door, and he almost longingly but unsurely looking at it. You actually notice on this side of the red door, there is no bowl. There is a doorknob, which strangely enough did not appear on the front side of the door.
Okay. It's like, What's stopping you from walking through that door? There's a handle. Do you need someone to tell you it's okay?
I worry they hate me. They think I am a monster, and I was. Am I still a monster? Does my past make... What can I do now?
You trust. You start engaging them. And none of them hate you. Do you know what they said when I came here and started asking about you?
What?
How much they loved you? How you were such a good guy, how you always wanted to help. The little kids loved you. They loved being able to tinker with the things that you brought. They didn't understand any of them, but they like you. Not just what you can do for them.
You see him walk over to and put his hand on the doorknob. Look back at you, take it away. Walk over to one of the areas that had changed, that had previously been very, very busy, and he goes, I used to always keep it like this. It has been years since I've seen it. And he grabs a small little figurine of some sort from it, grips it, a little extra squeeze in his hand, and walks over to the doorknob, turns it, and opens the door. There's nothing. It opens perfectly into the world, and he looks at you as he says, I think I will go get a meal.
And I'm gonna finish straightening up. Go have fun.
Dankeschön. And he walks away, and he closes the door. You are now left alone in this house. Congratulations. At this point, you have not been paid in whatever shape, way, or form. So,
I mean, he's coming back eventually. I'm gonna clean up, and then
okay. What would you like to do at this point?
Let's see here. So at this point, let's see here. Who is helpful for cleaning? I'm gonna summon a satyr. Just one little satyr buddy.
All right. Let's see how well you do. Jack, perfect. You summon a satyr. What would you like the satyr to do?
Excellent. The satyr and I are gonna go into that kitchen area, and we're gonna start cleaning because it was kind of gross.
Okay, you clean up a little bit. There really isn't that much. It's just kind of the remnants of his morning routine. There's still the pitcher, the metal pitcher with some warm water in it. You still see that it's still a little bit boiling, and there is that red bead that's kind of sitting at the bottom that's still glowing. And it's lost quite a bit of water that's kind of evaporated on it, and you just kind of put some of those things away. There's still, in terms of the teapot with the herbs, there's still some liquid left in there. It feels relatively warm if you wanted to try to use it on yourself or the satyr. It's there.
It's like, I need a bottle. I need a bottle. Just a little bottle. Is there a little? I have a little bottle. I have a little bottle. Start rummaging around in my bags. It's like, can I find a bottle in my backpack? I feel like I'm a hoarder in my bag. But,
I think yeah, you probably can. You've got a bottle, sure.
Okay, and so it's just like, I'm gonna pour the liquid into that and just study this later. Back into the bag. And then is there another door or anything in here? Basically, I'm trying to find where he is growing his food.
Okay. You investigate. Let's say you investigate the house for that. You got another joker. So you start investigating the house, and you start walking all around the house, and finding different doors. You find one door that looks very much more like a study, where it's just got very many books, just a table or two with some scribbles for him to basically to study, to read, a possible small library that he has. you walk around as well, and you find his chambers. You find a bathtub. He has a very, very strangely shaped bathtub. As opposed to going out long, it is very much more kind of taller, almost like a giant beaker. That seems very, very odd, necessarily to you. And then you come across a door that doesn't have any handles on it. And there's loud banging, as if multiple people are banging from the other side of the door, trying to get out.
Okay.
You're hearing voices. They're calling for help.
Okay. It's bang back on the door. It's just like, okay, working on it.
Wait, somebody's there. Hello? Where are we? How did we get here? We just appeared here 10 minutes ago.
So
We've been here.
You're still in Herman's house.
We were just in Herman's house. We were just leaving. We went to his door. All of us. We went to his door, and then we all appeared here exactly 10, 15 minutes ago.
You've been missing for a little bit longer than that. Don't panic, though.
What do you mean? Who are you?
A friend. Herman brought me in to help, cause yeah, I'm assuming you're from here in town, correct?
Yes. Where are my kids? My name is Ara. Where am I?
Yeah, no, it's you came to Herman. He started getting work on something.
Yes.
We're just gonna say that Herman was taking on a little too much and had a mild psychotic break, so he just needs to rest for a little bit. But you're back, so we're gonna get you out of here and back home, okay?
You're hearing the banging intensify, like they're all you're hearing, like, we gotta get out of here.
I would like to investigate the door, like detect magic, whatever I need to do.
You got a king. Yeah. Honestly, it looks like a door with no hinges. It looks as if there was a doorway here, and this was basically plastered in to fill up a hole, for the lack of a better word. It's very strange. It doesn't seem like a room that is necessarily used. Nothing wildly magical. Just it's not really a door, so it can't be like opened. It's just a bunch of boards. It's basically a wall.
It's just
in the shape of a door at this point.
Okay. Well, let's see here. I'm gonna. Satyr, come here. Come here a little bit.
All right.
Let's see here.
Hello. That is your
Hi.
satyr speaking to you.
So, we need to take this down.
Oh, darling, I don't do that.
Come on, just for me.
What do you propose?
Well, I'm gonna say either you can find something really big, because I'm kind of little. So, if you can find something big to help take that down, great. Otherwise, just saying, you got some strong hunches. And we can talk some extra treats later.
Oh, but I just polished my hooves.
I'll get you some new polish. Even some, like, the fancy polish.
I'm going to say persuasion check to see if you can convince him at this point. That is a 6.
That's a hard no.
No.
I was like, okay, then.
Why not get a bear or a rhino?
Honey, do you think a rhino's going to fit in here?
No.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, I haven't done this in a while. This is not my thing. Okay, I'm gonna cast Wild Shape.
Okay. What are you wild shaping into?
I'm gonna Wild Shape into a bear.
Into a bear. That is a 10. Absolutely. What kind of a bear? Are you going like full grizzly? Are you just going black bear? What kind of bear are you going to be? Polar?
And this is the North. No. You know what? Hell with it. Yes, I am going to be polar bear. I am polar bear extreme.
All right. Full golden compass, attack bear, polar bear. You are transforming, and he goes, "Oh my! I'm going to step out." He makes his way out of the room to nearby.
It's like I knock on the door like hard again as a kind of like, okay, everybody get back. And then just thunk.
All right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull 3 cards. We're going to see what their total is. If you're able to actually break this down, because it's a full-on wall. It's not as if it's a door. We got a 5, we got a 2, and we got a queen. Okay.
That helps.
I was gonna say that I was gonna do blackjack rules, honestly, and as long as it was above 15, you're perfectly fine. Which to me, I was like, you're a bear. It's wood. If you get all 5s above, like I'm fine with that. So by blackjack rules, this is 17. So you are all good.
Okay. So it's bear step back.
They're shocked now. You see a group of people. They're entirely like ah.
Step back and back to me.
And scene. Okay, so you turn. So they see this giant, like polar bear that has been just mawing at all of this, standing, looking huge, and then get smaller, and get smaller, and get to human size, and then even smaller, and now they see, and they kind of like they went all the way from looking all the way up to now looking down, and they're seeing this halfling standing and staring at them. They are in awe, to say the least. What would you like to do next?
I'm just like, is he growing anything back there? Did you guys notice? I know it's kind of dark.
As the light streaks in, you see that there's nothing necessarily growing in there, but as some of the people take a step forward, all of a sudden you see their foot drag out with them something clink. It seems to be coins after coins, and as they're coming out, they're looking around, and they turn around and they see that the entire floor in that room was littered with gold coins.
Okay, I know this is tempting, but remember, Herman is part of your community. The goal is for everyone to coexist. So, there's a reason why you came to Herman in the first place, isn't there?
We all wanted to start our own business, or help with something else. I don't.
Well, I suggest a trade.
Trade.
So, what we're gonna do is you are going to help Herman with a couple things around here. Take turns. Don't care how it gets done. It's cleaning. He's got a farm plot that, let's face it, he likes how he does it, but we all know that's not his thing. So you guys are going to help him with that.
Help? Herman has taken years of our lives away. Why would we help him with? You see that they're starting to rush about and trying to find an exit as they're rushing around you.
It's not yours. It's not yours. Panic. Panic less. Back to me, children. Back to me, children.
They're trying to find the exit. They're trying to get out of here. Like that's all. Now that they've realized that this is not a danger, because at first they were like really like, okay, we will listen to this weird polar bear halfling thingy. They're just trying to get past you. They're trying to find an exit and get out. Nothing you're saying is gonna affect them. They're trying to get to their kids. They're trying to get to their families. They're trying to figure out what in the world's going on.
Okay.
You hear upstairs all of a sudden a loud slam as you recognize possibly the front door has been closed.
Okay. Okay. It's okay. Front door, everyone, is this way. We'll address this later.
All right. They all start
Priorities.
piling out. You're trying to help them out, see if anything. Nobody's really even at this point asking for your help. You get upstairs. You're just making sure to see everybody out, and then you look as they all scatter. You make your way out from the house, and you realize that probably the best place for you to go at this point, knowing that you need to alert Herman about what in the world had just happened and transpired here, that the inn might be the best place, given that's where you tasted amazing trout. That's maybe where he went for his meal. You go to the inn and you see an incredible sight of Herman being pushed into the wall as the woman that you saw, Ara, has a knife that is outreached in her hand as she is got one hand around the boy that you interacted with this morning. And you just hear her going, back. You've taken years of my life back. And you just see tears rolling down Herman's eyes because he is completely oblivious to what in the world is going on.
Okay. Okay, let's see here. So I'm gonna. I think I still have a pixie running around. They've been quiet.
You have your two pixies, absolutely.
So I'm going to have the two of them get rid of the knife. It's just run into her hand, try to get her to drop it.
Okay.
Nothing
Let's see
complicated.
how successful they are. With an 8, like she doesn't necessarily see you coming. She's very focused on that. She doesn't look like she's a warrior. She just looks like she's a mother trying to protect her kid. Maybe. And so you just see the two pixies go and they immediately swat away the knife. And she stares at you. And even though you have disarmed the knife/dagger in her hands, she is staring daggers at you with her eyes.
It's like, Herman has learned his lesson and has in fact been friends with your child this whole time, and he didn't know what he was doing. Is hurting him gonna fix anything?
What will fix any of this? What can it?
Well, you can't get back the lost time. That's not what any of this can be about. That's how Herman got into this mess in the first place, trying to hoard time to get everything done. However, you can help each other now and work together. By working together and doing what you're all good at, you're all going to be a lot happier and probably a lot more functional.
As you're saying this, the boy wraps his arms around his mom, and you can see him almost kind of sobbing into her kind of hip skirt because of how tall he is, because you already know that. And he's just going, please, Mom, it's enough. Herman's been a good friend. And you see her just kind of lower her arm, even though it has nothing in it anymore, and kind of bow her head and say, very well. If I cannot get time back, perhaps time will heal my heart. And Herman comes to you and asks if you, at his expense, would be willing to stay for an extra week in the town. Do you agree?
Yes.
So as you agree to it. The entire week is spent going through and taking the entirety of the vault that was there for. It seemed that when Herman was losing his memory, not only was he fulfilling a lot of these projects, playing them in time, reinvesting money in all these different ways, and hoarding it into this pocket dimension that just happened to exist there, and that's where all these people ended up tending to vanish to, and you are able to help him properly direct and get all the right assistance and help to all the people to be able to start their ventures with all of this kind of amassed economy, if you would, as it all begins to flourish. One of the evenings, actually, that your people get to know you more and more, that you're at the inn, you approach the couple that you heard when you were first ever entering the inn, and you have to ask them, and you're going, you guys said that there was all this like blood and everything. And you come to find out that the entire thing was something that the woman had heard about her sister in a neighboring village, and that they have a potential werewolf problem. And as you discuss this, they find out that you are part of a mercenary group, and they immediately start drafting a contract to hire you for your next possible outing. As you're thinking that maybe you might be interested, but maybe you might have another group coming with you. And at the end of the week, you depart back for home base at this point, and with the entire town seemingly renewed and on their way to a healing path from what they had encountered. And on that, we will end our episode.
Woo! I was like, which is perfect timing because this cat has decided it's dinner and snuggles time. So, yes, he doesn't want me to turn into Herman.
There you go. Yes, none of us truly should. Otherwise, we truly become the abomination of self-reliance. It's like I come up with these things ahead of time sometimes.
No way.
Just a little bit, not everything. I will say before we finish this off, if anybody wants to go and try out the dice game that I made up on the spot, tell me how it is, because I literally just made that up. So I have no idea if that's even going to be fun, but it seems like something that some farmers might make up.
Honestly, it sounds cool.
Yeah, so we'll see. It seems like something that might be played on a pirate ship too, maybe. I don't know. So yeah, we'll go with that. On that, Selena, thank you for participating. That was fun and very interesting. We went in many ways I did not expect it to go. Yes, and I appreciate you playing.
Thank you. This was, as I like to say, this was a hoot and a holler.
Fantastic.
So.
All right. After that, adieu to our audience.